Hi, welcome to Gyan Race Angular series. In this tutorial, we will learn how to use routine. That means in one page, one click, how we can access multiple pages. Well, this can be done with the help of routine facility provided by Angular. Well, this is blogs.gyanrace.com/angular. Here in this website, you can find all relevant tutorials and articles for your further study. Let's begin tutorial 5, how to use routine for multiple pages to be shown. Well, this is the output which you would be able to see at the end of the video. There you would be able to see few text and 3 pages which will show the content of each page in the main page itself on a single button click. You page 1, page 2, page 3, all the content will be shown under a main content area. Well, the environment setup is, you need to know what is Angular, its architecture. If you do not know, read and watch my further previous tutorials. What is the basic software and setup needed is also provided nicely. You can read and watch it later on. Well, you need to create first Angular project, name demo. Use the routing style provided by Angular. When it asks, say yes. Let Angular create in a project the routine file. Otherwise, it's very simple to create it yourself. However, this will need some time to become little bit expertise or some hands-on on other projects. If you are good in that, then you can create all this file yourself. No need Google to create it for you. The CSS file, style file is default is SCSS. Please choose it and create the project demo. And then test the project with the help of ng space serve-o. That means it will open the output in a browser automatically for the local host 4200. Well, to save time, I have already created a project named demo, and this is a blank project, a default project provided by Angular. Now I execute this project and you see how it works. It will show nothing as a output. Here is a output. It shows nothing in my system. Okay, let's create and do some magic in our project. Now we can design the main HTML file. Well, the main HTML file is app.component.html. Here whatever we write, it will be used as a triggering point, right? So we want to have 3 pages in our application, and default controlling of these 3 pages will be controlled or handled by app.component.html. This file will have nothing except the page controller. So this is the code which you can copy and paste in your app.component.html file. Don't worry, I am going to explain each and everything in detail. Now I execute the changes and we see the output, how it looks like. Well, this is the output which you are going to see when you paste this command. So this is a very simple text is been displayed with the dash tag a facility. So I am showing this is my default page. So here it is shown. Now I have created 3 buttons, page 1, page 2 and page 3. Buttons are not functioning right now because we have not written down any code for this. So how does a button look like? This is the plain way or simple way to display the button. So I am showing the button 1, which has the name is page 1, button 2 page 2, similarly page 3 as a button 3. And now what will happen when we when we click or press a button, so the content of the page 1 which we will create will be displayed where? Here, somewhere below. or you can trigger a page directly in a separate window. That is also possible. Alright, so what I do is, when I click a page, what I need to do, I am saying that routing this button, when I click button 1, it should route it to the page 1. How to do that? With the help of Angular derivatives. So this Angular directive router link will allow you to route your page or your content to page 1. Similarly, when you click the page 2, it will trigger to page 2, and perhaps for page 3 the same thing will happen. And this is another directive property for provided by Angular, is router link active. Whenever you click this link or a page 1, it will activate that page. If you click page 2, it will activate the page 2 and deactivate the rest. So one time one page content will be shown. This is the practice. If you do not write this directive, it will do it automatically. It is just for the understanding purpose. Now, where this content will be displayed? Well, when we route to any page, it will be shown under a box. So how a box will be displayed? So this is how I have defined a box. So the box height is 500 pixel and the width is, height is 200 pixel and width is 500 pixel. So I have created a box with blue color border which has a height of 200 pixel and 500 pixel width. My content of page 1, 2 and 3 will be shown under this content area. Magic. How this can be done? This can be done with the help of Angular directive router outlet. So router outlet and the closing tag / router outlet. What this magical word does? Well, this will, so router link will say this page will be shown, but router outlet will be responsible to display the content in a particular area wherever it has been called. If I do not call it under this box, what will happen? It will display content under this button whole area. It will occupy the whole area and display the content size according to the content of a page, but it will show below these buttons. But now I want to display the data under this box, not outside this box. Therefore I have written this command within this box. Well, if you want to display this data another box, you can write this into that box, but make sure this is only one time use. You can define this directive only one place, so it will show the data in that area. Alright, in my tutorial I have explained each and every content and directive and its usage in detail. You can read it. Now our next step 4 is to add 3 pages, page 1, page 2 and page 3, and name them the same way. How to create the pages in Angular project? Well, this is a big question. It's very simple to create a page here. Well, you can right click in the app directory and add a new folder, page 1, and then you can create 2, 3, 4 files, page1.html, page1.css and so on. However, this need little bit handy hands or little bit experience. So once you are through with few projects, you can do it yourself. If you do not know how to do it properly, use Google or Angular provided commands to create the pages. Here is a command, ng, that means for Angular, generate dash means g, component, which component? Page name. So I can create a page name, page 1. So here is a way also, the first way which I have shown you. You can create this way. Well, I just copy this and paste it this way and then page it. Now in place of page name, I create page 1 and press enter. So it takes a while to generate the package according to your bandwidth. As you can see, it has created successfully page 1, and here you can see how your page 1 looks like. Well, this is having 4 files under the page 1. Now let's create page 2 and page 3, not in similar fashion, in a way which I explained you early. Right click, create a new folder, name it page 2. Alright, now you can create a file. I have defined in my tutorial as well. This is how you can define the files in your application. Alright, now I create a file which is ts file, page 2.ts, and press enter. Similarly, new file, page 2.html, and I would need a new file, page 2.css, or you can use scss and press enter. So I have created 3 files. Well, right now .scss file is not needed because not playing around with the output style sheet or background color and so on. We have done a lot in our early tutorials. So I delete this .scss file, which is no use. So I move it to dustbin. And now the same here in also page 1. You can see the default way of Angular creating page 1 is or a page is page name dot component dot html. Well, you can rename them, or else you can create this way, which is always preferred, right? Because it will give you the name according to your requirement. I have created with this Angular generated command so that you would be able to understand how it actually works. Alright, now let's create a new page, page 3. The same way, you go create a new folder, name is page 3, enter, and same way, new file, page 3.html, and then you create page 3.ts file, and fantastic, now it works. Now let's execute. When you create a page or then it will need to be saved around. Okay, I have created and generated the page from the Angular command. So now I need to rerun ng-cert-o, and let's see what happens. The project has run successfully. We will see the output, and this is the output, and nothing is happening. So definitely it will not happen anything because we have not written anything. So far we have created only the pages, page 1, page 2, and page 3. Now let's see the difference between Angular generated command page and human or our generated page commands. So this is the file HTML, and this is the default page 1 works, and this is the SCSS and the .ts. You see, this is ready-made code has been provided by Angular, and here if you see these 2 files, they are empty. We need to write the code ourselves whenever we create a page or a file. Angular does create only the content or a code, ready-made code for you if you use Angular codes or Angular commands to generate a component or a page. Well, here you can copy this content in a page 1, which is generated by Angular command. You can paste it into the page 2. In addition, if you do not know, in my code also, or sorry, in tutorial also, I have mentioned the code. You can use it. That's not a problem. Yeah. Okay. Okay, fine. So now this is the default code which needs to be there in each and every page on a TS file. You can watch my basic second or third or first tutorials. There I have explained each and every component in details. Alright, so this is a page 2. So now we rename the name is page 2 because we copied from page 1. So page 2 dot. Alright, this is not our case. So we are using the component is okay, so we are using the HTML page2.html as our HTML reference, and we are not using any style file. So let's hide it, or you can delete it and so on. This is the main component which we will use throughout our application for page 2 as a reference. Page 2 component, and this is case sensitive. P is capital, C is capital, right? Okay. Now copy this code and then paste it to the page 3 TS file and do the same thing. Rename it with 3 and so on, so that it will refer a right page. Alright, so let's write some. Okay, not this way. We can use it this one. This is for page 1, page 2 and page 3. So let's copy the page 2. We are in page 2 HTML, and same way the page 3 text also. Now page 3 and then done. You can see I have written the code as well. If you copy and paste it, it will also be same. There is slightly some difference. Yeah. So use this handy and well tested code rather than using this constructor ng init in this phase, at least. So we don't need it. Okay, let's save the changes and activate it. But now again nothing will happen because we have created this page and they are working fine, but this page are not being used by our application because this page is only created, it is not been defined globally. Okay, how this will be done? So whenever you create a project, that need to be defined in two places. First is app.module.ts file, which is the main root module component, right? And then this will also be defined in the routing module, which will tell how this page flow will work. Now we will see one by one. Before doing that, let's align our page 1 according to our tutorial we have created. So we have created page 1 also manually because naming convention would different. So I delete this page 1. Now I create my own from the beginning. Name it page 1, new file, page1.html, new file, page1.ts, and copy paste for the page 1, and then this is the HTML text for page 1, and now boom, bingo, now activate. Now we have activated, but now you see when I deleted the page 1, it says some error. Yeah, this is happening because Angular created this page 1 in our system based on a code. Okay, so we go to app.module.ts. You can see it is red color. This should be green or yellow color. This should not be a red color. So here you can see by mistake the page name is mentioned wrong. The page actual name is page 1. Now activate the changes and you see what happens is error has gone. Okay, hold on, I know it's confusing, so let's delete this and activate, restore everything as it was. Wait a second. All right, now it's fine. All right, so nothing has been created, only 3 pages has been created. Now what we need to do is, in the app module we need to define these pages. If you go to my tutorial, you see this is the 5th step, add these pages to app module. How would you do that? You just copy simple these commands and paste it in the import section and you see what happens. We are defining the component name of each and every page here, importing it, but from where? From the page 1, 2 and 3. But where the page 1 is residing? Under the page 1 folder. This is the way to access the folder, dot slash and the folder name and then the file name, right? This is the way it is. If you have file under a folder, under 2 folders, then the complete folder path would be given here with dot slash command. All right, so we have imported it. Now we need to define it. So how we will define it? We need to declare it. Declaring means this page is available for a TypeScript language throughout the application. Throughout the application, this page 1, 2 and 3 will be available to use. That's it, very simple. Now this has been defined in your app module file. You can use it everywhere in your application. All right, so now this page 1, 2 and 3 are here. It has been defined in our application and it will work, but it will not show any content because this button is not able to root the page content right now, because we have not told this button or rooted where it will work, which page it will root. So that routing need to be defined under the app-routing.module.file. So how does it work? Well, here is the code. In this file you need to import this your pages the same way you imported in your app module file. Now this is the routing path which you need to tell. This is the default constant variable. We are adding the path. Well, don't worry, I am explaining line by line. We are saying if you have defined no path, by default which path will work? So that means is blank. Path is blank, no path has been mentioned. Then it will go to page 1 content, page 1 component by default. That means whenever this application is run or activated or called, always page 1 content will be shown here by default. This is default. So when you click page 1, then only it will show page 1 component data. When you click page 2 and page 3, it will show its component data. So we need to define the path. On page 3 what will be shown, page 2 what will be shown, and default what will be shown. Well, we use wildcards, star. That means if you enter some wrong pages or page which does not exist, in that situation system should not throw error. System will display the default page, which is page 1, which we have set here. So we are redirecting it to default page, which is page 1. It is very simple to define this path under a component. Now we need to use that in our application. How does it will work? Well, you just define here in a constant variable and then activate, and you see how it work. Well, I activated my project and you see output. Bingo! Here it works. It displays by default page 1 content which we have written. This is my page 1 and you see the page 1 content is this. Now I click page 2. Now page 2, page 3, page 2. You can shuffle, play around. It will display you content accordingly. This is very cool. Now I change the page 1 content. I add some more text and testing, and then activate in the page 1, and it's running, and you see how well it's running. I have activated, save all. Okay, it's generated, and oops, something happened. Let me check. Okay, let's see. Testing has come. Page 2, page 3. So this is the way, guys, you can place all the content on a single click with the help of app routing facility provided by Angular. This is the most common routing facility is running up and running by Angular, and it's widely used in various applications. Alright, this is all in this tutorial. You can watch my further tutorials and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Bye bye.